The charge sheet has been presented before the court by the crime branch. This is an 18-page charge sheet that establishes the case against the 8 accused and gives out details of the entire conspiracy and the brutality that was inflicted on this 8-year-old child who was raped, mutilated and later killed. Remember, locals in Srinagar have taken to the streets now to demand justice in this case, demanding an exemplary punishment for the accused. Even as locals push for justice, there has been a group of lawyers, on the other hand, who in fact tried to stop the police from submitting the charge sheet itself against the accused on Tuesday. Let's go across to our reporter Fareed, who's joining us. Fareed, take us through the important points as far as this charge sheet is concerned, which, despite the protests, was actually managed to be submitted.
Well, this is the charge sheet, 18-page charge sheet that the crime branch has presented before the court. It's a detailed account of this horrific conspiracy wherein this girl was, 8-year-old girl was abducted, then sedated, kept in confinement inside the temple for almost 7 to 8 days, and then brutally murdered, mutilated. It is a conspiracy because it seems that they wanted to avenge some incident of the past from the nomadic community, and chose this poor girl to settle the score. The main accused, in fact, abducted the girl, and then the police has step-by-step established the case, got the necessary evidence and nailed the role of all the 8 accused, including a juvenile. Clearly, it seems that they kept her for confinement for 8 days. During the time, she was tortured and, in fact, raped time and again, and then finally, she was killed. As far as the police report is concerned, asphyxia is said to be the reason or cause of death, which means that she was strangulated, and then finally she was mutilated and her body dumped very close to the place where she was abducted or kept in confinement for all that time. So this is really horrific in many ways. This probably is the rarest of the rare cases, and the crime branch has produced the challan, the charge sheet, and according to sources now, the crime branch has in many ways managed to establish the case, and now the people here in the Kashmir Valley and obviously the Sena lot in Jammu are demanding that there should be exemplary punishment, because this is a case where which should be seen above caste, creed and religion, and a case which demands exemplary punishment so that no one dares to do this kind of a horrific act, inhuman act, and something that has shamed humanity in the future.
Absolutely, Fareed. So it seems like the whole thing was a completely thought out and premeditated crime here. That was heinous crime here that was really carried out by the accused.
Well, yes, absolutely. It was very well thought out. There was a proper conspiracy. There were players who initially laid the groundwork for this conspiracy to be then finally executed. It was hatched, and at least 3 or 4 are the players, major conspirators who did it, and then finally they got help from 3 more. So it is well laid out. The police has step by step got clinching evidence against these people, and there are confessions as well. It is something that was done obviously with the reason of spreading fear, ensuring that the nomadic community there is threatened to the level that they leave the area. So it is a very well thought out conspiracy, and that makes it even more heinous. And they used this 7-year-old girl to send their message across of terror, and she was used, confined, raped, all kinds of brutality she was subjected to just to send this message across. So this is a very heinous conspiracy, there's no doubt about it. And in fact, the crime branch has nailed this. In the last 3 months, there has been investigation, there has been evidence, DNA evidence, you have confessions. So it seems to be a very watertight case as far as these accused are concerned. We'll have to wait and see how the court proceeds. We know that this investigation is being supervised by the Honorable High Court. So we'll have to wait and see how the court really proceeds on this. But it seems that the prosecution has very solid evidence against the accused, and there is absolutely no scope for the protest that we have seen. Unfortunately, this case has seen something which is totally unprecedented. People, lawyers, trying to ensure that there is law. In fact, the natural course of justice is blocked. They try to side with the rapist. Today, in fact, there is a Jammu Bandh call as far as the Bar Association is concerned. So what has happened after this is unprecedented. For the first time, probably we're seeing that rape and murder accused, there is an attempt to shield or protect them from a large section.
Right. Absolutely, Fareed. Thanks so much for getting us all those details.